Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well, welcome to Saturday. You know what that means? It's time for our Saturday seance. That's right. I want to give a big shout out and say welcome to all the new subs here, all our new subbies, our new Tubies. Welcome to Spirit Channel. For those of you who are new here, you may not know this, but we have a video every single day, and each one has a different theme. So today is Saturday, so we call this Seance Saturday. And we hold a seance. Now, I come out of the old Spiritualist church background, and in the Spiritualist church, we used to gather at people's homes on the weekends, and we'd form a little seance circle, and the mediums would go into trance, and the spirits would speak to us. And I tell you, it was a very wonderful, mystical time where I learned a lot about the spirit world and had some amazing encounters speaking with spirits. So, if you were actually here in my home physically, well, in a sense, you are virtually. It's pretty close. I would just have you guys pull up your chairs and we'd sit in a little circle here. And so we're going to do that virtually now. So I want you to pull up to your computer as if you're actually pulling up to this circle and joining us. And we're going to have a little seance here. But before we get into that, I thought I'd do a little reading today. By the way, I'm wearing my Spiritualist National Union pin. I am a member now of the Spiritualist National Union. And they're an organization out of the United Kingdom that promotes spiritualism around the world. So I'm very excited to be a member. I'm wearing my member pin with great pride. Also, I've got a new pin. Some of you may have not seen this yet, but this is my little Christmas tree brooch. Isn't it beautiful? It's sparkly like diamonds. Anyway, so I got on my jewelry because I'm all ready for the holiday season. We're going to do a little reading before our seance from the philosophy of spiritualism. And we're going to talk about the fourth principle. The third principle again. We're continuing with the third principle of the 7 principles of spiritualism. And the third principle of the 7 principles is we believe in the communion of spirits and the ministry of angels. And so we're going to talk about the ministry of angels today. And this is taken from this wonderful book, The Philosophy of Spiritualism, which is an official publication of the National Spiritualist Union. You can see inside they've got the official seal there. Let's see if you can see that. And the seal it's like an ocean, the sun rising over the ocean with a book that says truth. And it says light, truth. What's the other one? Light, truth. And I can't read the other one. My glasses aren't good. I can't see it. I should have it memorized. Light, nature, and truth. Sorry, I'm misreading it. So the seal says light, nature, like the book is the book of nature, meaning the natural world reveals the truth of spirit, and then truth. So light, nature, truth. And that's what my pin is that I'm wearing on my shoulder here. So it's hard to see here, but that has that seal on. That's what it looks. It looks just like that seal. All right, so let's see what this wonderful book has. The Ministry of Angels. And it says, the ministering, hold on, gotta get on the right paragraph. The Ministry of Angels. Ministering angels can be understood in their role as the divine helpers of God, through whose agency he makes known his purpose and will. Angels serve God, serve God's cause, and act on his authority for the good of his other creations. Angels have not existed on earth in physical form, but are immortal, supernal beings of the purest spiritual existence. Okay, I want to just stop there because this is an important truth, and in spiritualism we try to really clarify this. Some people say, oh, when you die you go to heaven and become an angel. That is not what spiritualism teaches. Spiritualism teaches that these angels are separate beings of their own creation. Now they look a lot like humans. Some of them do have wings, I suppose, but know that they've never had a permanent incarnation like we have. We have a body. They don't take lifetimes in a body. They sometimes take a temporary physical form to accomplish something, but they don't have a body like we do. They're spirit. And as it says here, the purest spiritual existence. Angels are pure and just amazing. All right. So it goes on and says, the primary function of angels is to honor and serve God, but they also have a secondary role in which they act as his emissaries to mankind. They fulfill this role by giving protection, support, and encouragement to human beings on their journey through life. These messengers of God are bringers of love and wisdom, and they convey to us a greater understanding of our own spiritual nature and the spiritual universe. They give us an awareness of God's plan and of our personal role within that plan. They show us the pathway that will best advance our spiritual progression. So isn't that wonderful? So we can really call on the angels when we feel lost and hopeless. They will guide us and keep us on the path towards our best fulfillment of our lives. We are perhaps most familiar with what is known as the guardian angel. Oh, I love guardian angels. This term applies to those angels who take on the spiritual responsibility of helping us as individuals to achieve the true purpose of our stay on earth. Guardian angels come close to us when we are in trouble or in need. They seek to assist us by offering their protection and support, bringing with them perfect love for the easement of our distress. They bring this light of eternal truth for our upliftment, and they rejoice when we are happy and fulfilled. Oh, that says it perfectly. The angels really keep us safe. In the world of spirit, there are many levels of experience and accumulated wisdom that can be accessed by angelic messengers. Many people on earth have attested to the changes that have occurred in their lives as a direct result of angelic intervention. Angelic influences have been known to bring about beneficial effects on individual situations at times of great danger, need, or illness. They also try to bring their influence to the wider world for the betterment of the human condition. Well, we'll stop there. I just think this is so beautiful. We're going to do more on angels next week, but I wanted to share that with you just to let you know that, yes, spiritualism does believe in the agency, the guidance, and protection of angels. So, for those of you who are like learning about spiritualism and want to join the spiritualist movement and the beliefs, you don't have to stop believing in angels. It's very much part of spiritualism. In fact, it's the third principle. We believe in the communion of spirits and the ministry of angels. So there you go. Well, guys, we are going to have our seance now. Now, for those of you who are new here, our seance happens every week, and we're going to have a little circle. I am what is called a trance medium, spelled Trance, not trans, a trance. That means I go into a trance state, and while I'm in the trance, spirit guides come through and pose their consciousness upon my consciousness. You could call it a blending of energies. It's not possession, it's a sharing of energy. So I retreat my consciousness, their consciousness comes forward, and they use my body, my vocal cords, my face, my body's nervous system to literally bring their voices over to communicate with you. It's a great honor and a privilege to be a channel, to be a medium for the spirit world. And I don't take it lightly or irreverently. So if you've never seen channeling before, it may look a little strange. Don't worry, Psychic Bob is in no distress or pain. I actually feel very peaceful. And so when I channel, it's like I'm literally just lying on the sofa, dozing off, and I hear people in the room talking. But I'm so kind of half asleep, I don't hear all of it. I do hear little bits of what comes through me, but not all of it. And when I come back, I really don't know what's come through. So I have to watch the video as well to see what came through. But listen, guys, I hope you'll join our circle. So pull up your chairs, we're going to take down the lights. We're going to work in red light. I like to work in red light. It's just a softer light. You don't have to work in red light if you do channeling, but some mediums like a more subdued light. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to bring down our white light. And here's our red lights already on. So I will see you when I get back. Actually, let's see if we can bring that light a little closer. I don't know if this is filming, showing up on film. There. Can you see me a little better? All right, so I'm going to go into trance, and I'll see you when I get back. Yeah, good evening to you. This is Fletcher here. It's so good to be back with all of you. We're working on getting control of the medium's vibration, so give us just a moment. I think we got a few people be wanting to speak tonight. This is Fletcher, over and out. Good evening. My name is Alfred. When we have the opportunity to come through a medium as we do tonight, it is a great joy for us. The spirit world has great concern for the activities and situations upon the earth. There are many humans today who have forgotten their spiritual heritage, meaning that they themselves come from the spirit world. All beings upon the earth have a connection to the etheric realms. You actually come from heaven, and someday to heaven you will return. When you come into the earth, a veil of forgetfulness is placed over your mind, so that you will not be too homesick. Over in the spirit world, it is a place of great beauty and of light. If you can but picture in your mind's eye the most beautiful scene on earth, and then multiply it by 1,000,000 times of beauty and of light and of glory, you might begin to have a small, very small glimpse of what life is like over here. In the earth realms, you have a veiled existence. Your mind is shielded from our world. And the beauty of your world, as grand as it is really like a grey, dull, smudged photo compared to the beauty here. If you think of the most beautiful scene upon the earth, now imagine if you were to paint it, remove all the colors from it, blur the edges, and make it rather tawdry and dark. That is how we of the spirit world see the most spectacular beauty of your earth. And so it is very difficult for us to convey what life is like over here. For humans who have lived their lives in accordance with natural law, meaning that they have loved their fellow human, they have done good in the world, they have been kind to the downtrodden, souls such as these progress very rapidly into the spiritual world, and upon leaving the earth plane they will find themselves in a place much to their liking. It is true that humanity chooses every day whether to be in the light or whether to be in the darkness. If you feel that you are living a life that is less than ideal, if you feel that you have done evil or been hurtful, the wonderful news is that it is not too late for you. The truth is that no soul is ever truly lost. There are souls who lose their way. There are souls who forget who they are. and create destruction and sorrow during their life on earth. But even these souls will have a chance to progress. It is better that one awaken before one dies than to wait until one dies to try to awaken. For in the spirit world, the conditions are less dynamic than upon the earth. On the earth, one can make a choice with free will and move and bring change. In the spirit world, though one has free will, it is somewhat strictured by the vibration that you've attained. For example, if you've lived your life being an addict, a drug addict, when you first arrive in the spirit world, you will not experience the grand beauty and glory, for your own vibration will not be in harmony with that reality. You will find yourself in a condition that is much more towards, well, the darker realms. There are those on the earth who say there are no dark realms, there is no hell, there is no purgatory. I beg to differ with you, for upon my own death I found myself in a great place of darkness and of suffering. It was not hell, but it might as well have been. It was purgatory. In purgatory I had all my conscious awareness, my facilities. I had a body, a spirit body. Though not material, for me it was material enough that I felt pain in it. I felt the cravings of the drug addiction that ensnared me at the time of my death. And here there was no relief for that addiction. We of the spirit world encourage you to conquer your addictions before you cross to the realm of spirit. In our world, it will be much harder to cure a physical problem when you only have a spiritual body. If you are to conquer your life now, to master your addictions, you should find that when you leave the body, you will be much freer. You will not be ensnared nor tempted towards an earthbound condition. Those who stay on the earth think that by doing so they may crave and satisfy their addictions, be they addictions to food, drugs, alcohol, or even sex. These addictions will follow you into the spirit world, but in the spirit world there will be no gratification of such desires. And it is for this reason that we help humanity to find wholeness and balance before their time of passing from the earth realm. I invite you today to consider what it is in your life that would hold you back from progressing towards the light. Maybe you have unforgiveness in your heart. Try to let it go. Hatred only serves those who serve it out. It will serve to weaken you, it shall. If you have an addiction to gambling, to alcohol, to drugs, or whatever addiction that ails you, try day by day to release it. Ask for the help of the spirit world. We will gladly give you the strength to resist the temptation that weakens your spiritual power. Know that the human body only exists because the spiritual power that moves through it. If you withdraw the spiritual power, your physical body will die. This is what happens at death. The true life essence is your spirit. When it retracts or retreats from the human body, the body becomes a wasteless item, as if it's a used-up beer bottle cast upon the street, has no value. And so, honoring the spirit and the body in union will give you strength in this life and will allow your transition to the next life to be much easier. I ask you to consider these things today. Reflect upon how you might align yourself with the higher values of the spirit world, how you might let go of hatreds, prejudices, and addictions to find peace. That peace will transcend your earthly life and take you into heaven someday, where you will find great joy and thankfulness that you mastered yourself whilst on earth. So I leave you with these thoughts today, and I hope that you will ponder them. I do very much so. Thank you for inviting me here to your circle tonight, allowing me to come to share my thoughts and my mind with you. My name is Alfred. Give us just a moment. We got to strengthen the medium's vibration to bring in the next person. Oh, there we go. Fletcher, I think I've obtained the body. Greetings, my dears. My name is Rose. I was listening into Alfred's words, and I must say he's such a brilliant soul, so wise, so compassionate. Do you know, in his earthly life he struggled with an opium addiction towards the end of his life. But I must say, even in his lowest of low behaviors, I still believe that he had more spiritual love and growth in his heart, even in those last months of his life, than I did in my entire life. Like Alfred, I found myself in purgatory upon my death. And it was through the rescue work of this medium that I was lifted out of purgatory into the light. We of the spirit world have an opportunity to come and to speak to you as we do this night. It is for us one of the greatest joys and also the greatest responsibilities. As I was listening to Alfred try to describe life in the spirit world, I could only think, my goodness, how would I describe this world that I live in? I think he said it is beyond the most beautiful scenes of your earth 1,000,000 times. I think I must echo that sentiment. Over here it is light to light, I suppose I should say. When you cross over to the spirit world, there are varying degrees of glory. There are higher realms that I have not yet traversed, not because I don't want to, but here there is a law of balance. You can only attain the realm of light to which you are ready to receive. It would be the equivalent of taking a kindergarten student, a little 5-year-old, and putting them in an advanced doctoral course. They could not comprehend it, and it would be of no value or appreciation by them. And this is how it is, my dear, in the spirit world. As we grow and learn our lessons, we move closer to that light, closer to the spirit that animates all life. Here we term God infinite intelligence. The being that animates all life and moves the universe is a being of great love and beauty beyond compare, and light. Yes, light. Here light is the power of love, and love is existent in the power of light. And as you love more, as you grow your spirit, you take on a brighter hue, a brighter glow. You become luminous. I must say my light is rather dim compared to many here. Though I have my own degree of light, I am still working and growing. This is one of the reasons that I come through this medium to speak to you. When we help humanity, when we give our time and energy to service, we grow a little degree in glory. This medium is growing in glory by being a vessel for those of us who come from spirit. And we of the spirit grow in glory by taking the time to come and visit with you. And you will grow in glory by heeding our messages, receiving us with love, and putting in motion the things we share with you. My dears, we're very thrilled that you come and attend these seances, and we do ever so much hope that you will continue. But please know that your seance attendance is only valuable to your soul if you will absorb the lessons that we bring and begin to put them in motion. Do you see, as you do, You create a new reality. As we serve, we create a new reality. As the medium serves, he also creates a new reality. It is a union of all of us, putting together our energies to set in motion new light, new energy, and new beginnings. Oh, I know, my dears, there's at least one of you here tonight who's saying, "Oh, but Rose, I've erred so much in my life. I've strayed so far from the path. There's nowhere, there's absolutely no way that I could do anything for the spirit world or for humanity." My dears, souls such as yourself are the very reason that we come over from the spirit world. You may view yourself as a wayward sinner, a backslider, one who has abandoned God. But let me tell you, as one who has walked the realms of darkness as well as the realms of light, the only difference between a sinner and a saint is that a saint knows that he can get better. The sinner has become despondent and given up. If you will choose today to say, "Oh, I know I've been a sinner. I know I've done wrong. I know I've been hurtful, neglectful." If you can at least consider this, then you will be on your path, for self-awareness is true power in the spirit world. Now, infinite intelligence does not expect you to suddenly be perfect and enlightened, my dears. Oh, heavens, no. Were that required for spiritual service, I think we should have very few spirit guides. But all that is required is a heart that wants to do better, that wants to give love. And if you can say, "I will give love," then you shall be lifted into the light, and you will have peace and joy. Begin your service today, my dears. Make a choice. Say, "I will serve humanity in love. And I will be a vessel for the spirit world to work through." And if you do that, we will guide you and help you. Know that any sacrifice you make in time or money or sleep is repaid 1,000,000 times over in the spirit world. There are beings here who, when I first heard, I was so full of glory. And I used to say to Fletcher, I said, "Who are these beings who shine brighter than diamonds?" And believe me, my dear, I've seen a lot of diamonds sparkle in my life. But these beings make diamonds look duller than dust. And I was told these are the souls who have given their life to the service of God and humanity. Those who sacrificed a little bit of their own selfish desire to do some good in the world. When I first came here, I saw a soul who was a beautiful lady who glowed with the brilliance of diamonds. And then when I inquired as to what brought her to this degree of glory, she said, "You know, I helped visit with the elderly in my neighborhood." She said, "I saw such sorrow in them being abandoned by their families, and I went to visit with them." And I said, "Really?" And she said, "Yes." She said, "When I came here," she said, "they told me that I saved many lives by my kindness, that there were many souls in despair who were near suicide or giving up on life. And my little visit each day, my little taking time to have a spot of tea, it changed their reality, that gave them life and hope. And so when I came here, I was given a station of glory." I must tell you, there are beautiful beings here, and the angels also shine. Know that you can be like all of them, if you will let love be your guiding principle. And do not walk alone, my dears. This is why we of the Spirit come. We come to remind you that you're not alone. Call upon our world. Let us help you to begin again. You're not far from the path nor God. And if you think you are, my dears, you are the very souls we have come for this evening. Embrace our message. call upon us. Just say, Rose, will you help me? I don't know how to get upon the path. Alfred, will you help me? I don't know how to get upon the path. If you will but call our names, we shall come to you and bring others from spirit to guide you. And you will not feel alone nor walk alone. Fletcher says the power is starting to wane. We do not wish to overtax our medium, but we thank you. Thank you, my dears, for receiving us this night. We do hope that our messages have brought some spiritual insight and some solace to all of you. Please do call upon us. The power is starting to go, and I feel myself fading with it. So I shall not stay, but I send my joyful greetings to all of you. And please remember to call upon me. My name is Rose. Well, Tubies, I have so enjoyed having this time with you tonight, and I've enjoyed you being part of our seance circle. I hope that the spirit people have helped you tonight, and I thank you for being here. Listen, if you've enjoyed this, join us every Saturday as we do our weekly seance. Keep it here at Spirit Channel because we got more coming. You know, every day we have something new. And be back here tomorrow night on Sunday. Tomorrow's Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern U.S. time. That's 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Mountain time, 4 p.m. Pacific time in North America. We're going to do a live broadcast, Sunday night hangout with Psychic Bob, where we'll be hanging out, doing a little singing, having fun, and I'll be answering your psychic questions live. So come out to our live show, bring your questions. We're going to have super chat. I'll be taking your questions live and doing mini psychic readings for all of you, and I'd love for you to be here. So hopefully we'll see you back here. For those of you in Europe, it'll be tomorrow night at midnight London time, 1 a.m. Paris time. So I hope that helps with the time zones. Well, listen, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. And next, we'll see you back here tomorrow for Sunday Night Hangout. And until then, may all of you always blessed be.